Hello, student. Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
sir.
Okay. Uh, how are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good.
I'm good too. And who is absent today for our meeting?
No one, sir.
I think no one.
Okay, no one. I think our
Yes.
students are here. Okay. And before we
Yeah.
start our lesson, let's pray together. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
pray. Start. Pray. Ends. Okay. Uh, I will tell you about our material today. Our material today is about uh, retelling a narrative text. Okay, and if you can retelling the narrative text very well, I will give you a bonus point. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
okay, student, I have a question for you. Uh, hear the question carefully. Okay,
Okay, sir.
uh, what story is belong to narrative text? Please answer it. Okay, Era,
Okay,
please.
I will try.
Okay.
I think for the example is to telling our experiences when we holiday in the village.
Okay. That's all, Era.
Yes, I think
Okay.
yes.
That's a good try and a good answer too. But we move to Adi. Look at Adi. Uh, he raised his hand. Okay,
Yes.
Adi. We have another
Uh,
answer.
yes, sir. I have
Okay.
difference with era.
Okay, please.
What belong to the narrative text? I
Okay.
think the narrative text is the legend story, the myth story, or the like fiction story like that.
Oh, okay. That's all, Adi.
I think that's also. Yes.
Okay, that's a good try and good answer too. Uh, what is the answer is right. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and
Sir.
now I will uh, explain for you a little bit about the narrative text. Uh, I think uh, the definition of narrative text is a narrative text is an imaginative story in form of the text to entertain people or the reader. Okay, and the generic structure of um, narrative text are, for the first is orientation and complication and resolution, and the last is coda. Yeah. Okay, so then I will explain you a little bit about orientation, complication, and resolution, and coda. Okay, I will explain you about orientation first. I think in orientation, the writer should introduce the character of their story. Okay, you understand what I mean?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, and then in complication, here the writer will appear a conflict between character and another character. Okay, conflict are appear here in complication, and then for a solution, uh, the character of the story try to solve their problem or their conflict to make their uh, good in story. Or whether the story are happy ending or sad ending, it's up to the writer. Okay, and then
Okay.
for the coda, uh, here it's a difficult part for writer or the writer. Sometimes in the narrative text, there are uh, a value, okay, a value like true friend story. The value of true friend story is true friend story is never go anywhere when the friend have a problem. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. And then for the social function of narrative text is to tell stories or past events and entertain the readers in structural story or event. Okay. And now, uh, I assume you already learned all about narrative text last night. Okay. And now I have a question for you. If you can answer it very well, I will give you one bonus point. Okay. Listen carefully for the question. Why narrative text is important for us? Who can answer it?
Me, sir.
Okay, Adi.
Uh, I think I think speakers, advertisers, and politicians use stories to persuade us to accept or reject an idea.
Okay, that's a good important thing. Why we learn narrative text. Give applause to Adi. One bonus point for you, Adi. And how about you,
Thank
Era?
you, sir.
Okay, Adi. How about you, Era? Do you have another answer?
I think narrative text can develop a better understanding of language.
Okay, that's an amazing answer, Era. Yes, of course. Narrative text can improve our understanding of language. Okay, and now
Thank you, sir.
we move to the main activity. Okay, last week I already share share to you the narrative text and told you to read and retell in the next meeting. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Before we start retelling the narrative text, I have some question for you. Okay. Is this is the have a same rule. If you can answer it carefully, I will give you one bonus point. Okay. And now uh, the question is, what what should we do before retelling a story? Who can answer it?
Me, sir.
Okay, Adi, please.
What should we do before retelling the story? I think we should know the main paragraph of each paragraph.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay, give a plus to Adi. Okay, you get one bonus point. And Era, do you have a question? Do you have an answer for my question?
Of course, sir.
Okay.
The tit we should tell the story by our own words.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay. One bonus point for you, Era. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. You're welcome. And now we move to retelling the narrative text. Okay, and
Yes.
now please retell your story by your own language and your own word. Start from Era.
Okay, sir. The title is The Ant and Dove.
Okay.
One day, an ant climbed up off the grass because he wanted to seek for the water. Suddenly, he spied and fell into the water. There is a dove nearby him and helped him, but dropped left into the water, and the ant was safe. Not long after that, a hunter wanted to shoot the dove, but the ant helped by bite the hunter's feet, and the dove flew away.
Okay, give applause to Era. That's a good story by your own word. Okay, and now we move to Adi. Okay, please Adi, to tell your story.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
A long time ago, there were two animals, Sura and Baya. Sura was the name of sharks, and Baya was a crocodile. They lived in a sea, then they fought for the goat. Feeling tired of fighting, they lived in the different places. Sura lived in the water, and Baya lived in the land. Sura went to the land and looked for some food in the river. Baya was very angry, and when he knew that Sura broke the promise, they fought again. They both hit each other. Sura bit Baya tails. Baya did the same thing to Sura.
Okay,
I
this
think that's all.
okay. Thank you, Adi. I think that's a good story. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, before we uh, close our uh, before we end our lesson today, I will make a little bit conclusion for your lesson today. Oh, and uh, in my conclusion is narrative text is the text imagined story in the form of the text to entertain people. And uh, narrative text has four generic structure: orientation, complication, resolution, and coda. And our our main activity today is retelling the narrative text. And before we uh, retell the story, we should know the main paragraph of each paragraph. And when we retelling, we should tell the story by only. Okay. Uh, I think uh, I already teach you about narrative text now today, and I think class is end now. And thank you for your coming, student. Uh,
Yes,
and
sir.
and see you next time.
See you, sir.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye bye.